everyone, this is Johannes.
And this is Cinema.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And welcome back to another episode of Keep or Cull, where we play our whole collection of 600 plus games and decide whether to keep or cull them.
That's the show if you have not seen it before. And first of all, it's been like 3 weeks without any videos, so just wanted to get that out of the way. We know it.
Yes.
We know that it has happened.
We're fully aware.
And we have been sad about it, like crying all night, every day. Real. Really sorry about that, but hopefully there will be videos now. We're going to do this video today, and tomorrow you're going to get a preview of the new Almond Ray 20th Century Anniversary Edition.
Whoop.
And also, we got married. Boom.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. Keep.
Yay, us.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Keep.
Forever.
Boom.
It's a forever keep.
Bum, bum, bum. Let's do it. You will never leave my collection.
Yes.
That will be the sad day.
Am I your number one?
That is still
You're in my top 10.
Yeah, your top 10 material, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do some Keep or Cull stuff.
Yes.
I will begin over here. First off, we have a classic game. This is called Bonanza.
Yeah.
It is, I'm not sure if it was the first design of Uwe, but I think it was the first one.
Very, very early one, at least.
It doesn't feel like an Uwe game. It's like, oh, it's like Agricola. If you have not played this, then you should play it. It's a fun game.
But it's in the farming category.
It's still farming, yes. This is an interesting game because this is weirdly a game that very many Norwegians know about.
Oh, yeah.
And I just call it the Bean Game. Because it was sold in a lot of stores for quite a while ago, so people knew this game. Even before I started playing board games, people knew about this game.
Yes.
So enough about story time. Let's do Keep or Cull time. Are you ready?
Let's do it. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, boom.
Cool. Yes, I like Bonanza. I think it has some cool things going for it.
Yeah.
The coolest thing I think is the queue system. The coolest thing is the queue system that you have in your hand. So your new beans, they go like at the back of the queue, and then you have to plant the first thing in your queue. And to make that queue logical and for you to actually get to be able to plant a lot of stuff, you have to trade with the other players. So you want to negotiate which beans you need, which beans that you want to get rid of. Sometimes you're giving away beans for free because you don't want to plant them.
That's true.
It's a cool game. But
it's a Cull game.
It's a Cull game. Now it's a Cull game.
I think it's a fun game. I usually don't like negotiations games, and most of the time we play with people who don't like negotiation games, English. But I think this is a lighter one. The negotiation is light, but I'm fine with calling it because I don't know when we will play it, and the fact that we can always pick up a copy if we would like it.
I think if you are a little curious about the negotiation game, I think this is a great one to start with because of this. I don't want this bean, but you might. Makes the negotiation go very smoothly because because you're not both sitting being like, oh, I don't want to give you anything, because you actually need to get rid of stuff.
That's true.
Yeah, so it's a Cull.
That's a Cull over here.
Next up we have Unlock.
Yes,
this is an old one.
It is now, actually. It's like 2 years old, but we just recently played the last one.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen us doing the Unlock in the Keep or Cull, it's basically just because we played it and we want to talk about everything we played.
Yes.
Because it's a weird thing to keep or cull, and we usually keep them because we like to lend away the different games in them.
Yes.
But let's do Keep or Cull, deciding on how good we thought the box was.
Yes.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, boom.
This was a good box.
It was.
I love this box. Like the first.
Not the box, but the
I love the box.
It's so good box.
The first we played this one first, the middle one.
And that's 2 years ago.
That's a long time ago.
That's January 2020 we played.
But from what I remember, that one was definitely the weakest adventure in this box for me. Yeah, it was the weakest link.
What's the weakest link?
Link is weak. I thought it was okay, but nothing more. The second one we played was this one with no side, or what his name is, the clone. That was so cool.
That's one of the most
fun
Unlock scenarios.
Yes. And also the Around the World in 80 Days was also really cool.
It was a good one, and I still enjoy, even though it's now 2 years old and an older game, I still really enjoy how they make the scenarios different.
Yes.
Like using the same concepts, using the same app, using the same type of puzzles, or type of puzzles, not the same puzzles. They manage to make different feelings, different scenarios, obviously, but like makes it feel really different still. And I know there's
like almost all of the scenarios have this one moment or this one like machine, it's called, where you get to experience some of the really quirky, cool things about this game that I go like, oh, have they done this? This is really innovative and cool.
That is true. That's unlock. Next up, then we have.
Oh,
not on your side,
turn.
you did it on your side.
Yes.
This is Yummy Yummy Monster Tummy.
Yes.
We already did a short review of the other game in the kids, like at a kids line,
yes.
Which was the Quest for the Moonstone, and the nephew really loved that, like a lot. And now he will not be able to play it for a year because they're out traveling for a year, which is weird. That's another time. Nothing. That's not neither here nor there, which is my favorite thing to say. And now we have this Yummy Yummy Monster Tummy, which is a pretty simple game about mixing colors.
Yeah.
It's a co-op game. Let's do Keep or Cull.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, boom.
Yeah, I think like the concept is cool. Like, it's very appealing to kids. Like you have these monsters in your grandpa's attic or something, and you realize that they're really hungry, and you want to feed them stuff, but you only want to feed them with candy because they hate vitamins and stuff. But it's all about and stuff. It's all about playing cards to match the monster's colors.
Yeah.
And sometimes you find that very easy because you're lucky and have those cards on your hand that match with the other players. But sometimes all you have is garbage colors and it doesn't match with anything. And then you want to like communicate that with the other players. I didn't think it was that funny or interesting. I think maybe some kids will find it interesting. Our nephew wasn't like super hooked on it.
I think like that's basically like if he had loved it, we would keep it. That's basically like these kids' games are not kept for us.
Yes.
And since he did not like get like, oh, really want to play that again, I don't think we will ever play it again. So I agree with you. It was a fine little. It felt more like a little activity.
Oh yeah.
Like just scanning the cards and the monsters looked really horrifying on the 3D app.
Oh yeah.
Like on this looked very adorable. The 3D monsters on the app look very horrifying.
Well. Yeah, it was,
It looks like a
Looked a little,
not good. Okay.
Ugh.
Next up, we have 2 boxes of the same game.
Boxes.
Tokyo Highway.
The same game. And Tokyo Highway. 4 players.
Yes, that's actually because this was the original. It was only for 2 players, and then they did a 4-player variant of it as well. I remember this being like a very hot indie niche game in 2017 in Essen. I think I picked up this for way too many euros, and then we also have this now, as you can see. Let's do the Keep or Cull. 1, 2, 3, boom.
Boom. I thought it was fun, but it kind of stops there for me. It's a dexterity game, so you want to place these, these stacks of. It's actually a lot easier if we show you the back of the box. You want to place roads with different elevations, and you get points if you go under or over
other roads
that hasn't been gone over or under before.
And
so you want to and it's a cool balance there. You want to play risky because then you get the rewards, but if you like knock stuff over and such, you get penalized and you have to give your things to the other players. But I think
the 2-player version might be the best because then there's not that much stuff. Because it's the 4-player, when you played 4-player game, it's a lot of stuff. If things fall off and you spend all the time putting it back together, and it's just...
And one thing with the 4-player game is that if it's just you and me, I can be like, oh, you build there, then I'm gonna do this. But in a 4-player game, a lot of stuff happens, and sometimes it can be a little unbalanced.
Yeah.
Like... If I'm sitting beside, or I'm building beside someone that's not building,
this sounds like a you problem and not a game problem.
Yeah, I realize.
But that is 2 times culling of Tokyo Highway. Like, I might have kept this, but if I love the game, but I don't think the game is that fun. Next up, we have a party game called Spyfall. This was a super duper hit. Everybody was talking about it, or I think maybe Tom was talking about it, and that made everybody talk about it.
A lot.
Yes, this is like a
was the hotness.
Very weird hidden role game about being social. It's basically just all about asking questions. And if you are the spy, you don't know where you are. And if you're not the spy, you know where you are. And you're trying to not make the other players understand that you know where they are, but not make the spy understand where they are. And that's the game. Are you ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, boom!
Oh, this is not my type of game. I remember when we heard all the buzz about it, I really wanted it because it sounds so cool. And I love the concept of this game, but I hate to play it because I get so nervous. If I am the spy, I'm just going to sit there and hate my life because it's really, really hard.
It's so stressful.
It's so stressful.
So stressful.
Because you have nothing to go on and you want to be vague, but not too vague because everybody will understand that you don't have a clue what you're talking about.
This is one of those games where you shouldn't really care about scores.
Yeah.
Like, because if you are the spy and when it's your turn, you're going to ask a question to a specific player. So if you are the spy and you play with a huge group and you don't get asked questions, so you hear a lot of information and then you might get some information to guess on. But some rounds, somebody might ask you a question the first time and you're going to answer something that makes no sense to everybody else and they know you're the spy.
Yeah.
And then you lose the round. So, and there's a set number of rounds. So it's basically just an activity. It's a fun activity. I really like the game, but I don't know when I will ever play it again.
Yeah.
And I have, it's not that I don't like party games, because we have a lot of party games that we actually enjoy. And this would fall pretty low on the list, especially since you don't like it, and many people who play it will make it feel too stressful. For example, your father.
Oh my
God,
this
with your father.
Tried to play it with my father. That was like the worst idea
that worked
ever.
Very bad.
Yeah. Next up we have Dune.
Imperium.
Yes.
That's kind of the game. Dune is the name.
Yes.
And Imperium is the game. Are you ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, boom.
Oh, yes. I was so unsure about this one. I was, right before we turned the paddle, I was just like, oh, I decided to go Cull. But then I was just like, but it's a game.
It is. It's a game. So we keep everything now.
Oh yes. But I'm very on board with calling this. I was very unsure because there's so many things that I like about this game.
Yeah.
But then again, now that we played it, I realized that for the first off, we played it with 4 players.
Boom. Too long.
It was too long.
2 hours, 45 minutes.
Yes, that was too long for me. But I like how you do.
And I understand that can go down if you play with the same group many times.
I like how you play your cards, that you want to acquire cards and do I want this ability or do I want to go to all these other places, and how you use your cards to also go the places that you want to go. But yeah, I don't love it.
Okay, so for me, I was going to do Cull.
Yeah.
But I have a caveat. I would like to play the expansion.
Oh, yeah.
Or I would like to actually sit down and see if the expansion makes the game a lot better.
Yeah.
Because if it does, then I might be able to want to play it. But then again, there's so many games. And so for me, it's kind of like will I be sad to never play this again?
And the answer for
that is no.
Yeah.
And that is kind of like it might not seem like it, because you see Johannes keeps everything, but that's kind of my thing when I do a keep or Cull. And sometimes it's the nostalgia, but most of the time it's will I look at the shelf, see this game, and be like, oh, that's a fun game, I want to play that. And I look at this game, it might have just been that 4-player, because I remember really enjoying the game. I think it's a fun game.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're that much alike, but both games have worker placement and card deck collection thing. And that game
similar.
is of course Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Yeah.
And I do like that game more than I like this.
Yes.
So I think even though they're not the same game, but they have a lot of similarities, and I do like that better. And we already have the expansion. We don't really have the game, but we need to get that game.
Yeah. Cull?
Yeah.
Yes. I agree.
Okay.
Then it's
so
a lost
for the
game.
person who said we never cull games, we basically culled everything now. This we just kept to blend people.
Yes.
Then we have the
I'm
last
very
one.
happy.
Another party game called When I Dream.
Cool.
This is kind of like we have a game in Norway called Alias. I don't know. I think it's called something.
I think it's called Alias.
No, I think it's called something like...
But Alias is an English word as
yeah,
well.
No, yeah, it's also... But I think it's not called... I think it's a game called Taboo, maybe? Is that the one? Taboo or... No, but there is a game. That is kind of that game where I get a word... And I'm going to explain that word without saying the word.
Yeah.
And this is kind of that like with a team, but somebody is a traitor, somebody's not a traitor, and somebody is dreaming with a mask on their face.
Yes.
So this is that game. Are you ready?
Yeah, I am.
1, 2, 3, boom.
This is a fun game. I remember we picked this up at my first time in Essen.
And my first time in Essen.
Yes. Well, yeah, that's true. And I had so much fun playing it. It feels very like, what do you call it, thought through, because you have like the traitor who is the boogeyman and like the other like dream fairies or something.
Fairies.
I don't know what they're called. Theme, yes. And you have this bed where you actually can draw the cards from, and it's so beautiful artwork in this game. I love the artwork because like it's a little dreamy, it's very beautiful, and the players dreaming have like a sleeping mask, and I think it's a fun time when we play it, but I think this like is a family game, and I would like to, if I would keep this version, I would like to have the Norwegian one, because...
And we do, it's right over there.
Yes,
so we can just call this and keep the Norwegian
Perfect, one. Yes.
But I don't know where the mask is for the Norwegian one, because we took it out to give it to somebody, and now it's lost.
Yeah, okay.
Because we were going to give away the game, but they had the game already.
It's impossible to get another mask.
No, we can just take it from
this one. Yes,
and then give this away with no mask.
No, it's very, very easy to get like another sleeping mask.
True. But yeah, so we are going to kind of keep it.
Yeah.
So we're going to call it English, because I agree with you. I think it's a fun game, but I agree with you. We might end up that we play it with. We might end up playing it like with my nephew and my mother and my father.
And then it would be much better in
Norwegian.
Yeah.
Not English.
Not English.
That means we are because the other one is kind of not in the collection because it was on like giving away shelf, but now we just gave it away to ourselves.
Yes.
And that is another episode of Keep or Cull. We have kind of killed everything.
With this episode. Thank you for helping me get rid of Dune, because I was so
No, everything, because then you end up with the same thing.
I was just like, oh, you're placing it in front of me.
You. Okay, so that is another episode of Keep or Cull. We have, best and worst experience. That's kind of the thing.
Oh, I thought it was so fun to finally play the Lost and Lock, what do you call it, scenarios. The one with the clown was like one of the best ever. It was really cool. Worst experience. I think like this was a little drag to play.
Yep.
I didn't like it as much, and also I thought Yummy Yummy Monster Tummy was going to be funnier.
Yes.
So those were like my biggest letdowns.
I agree with you. Very not that fun to play that, and Unlock was the best, and that is another episode of Keep or Cull on Board Gaming Ramblings. We're very happy to have videos again, and we hope you enjoy videos and more videos about board games, because board games are what this channel is about.
Yeah.
And that is the end. If you are still here and you have not subscribed, you can do so now by
clicking the subscribe button. It's fun and it's free and makes us happy, like this. And if you want to do something that's not free, you can
go to patreon.com/boardgamingramblings and support us there. And that is the end. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Johannes.
I'm Cinema.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and bye bye.